Okay, I'm going to be doing something now that I told you guys I wouldn't do. I literally told you I wasn't going to do this, but I actually found it interesting, and I feel like we should do this together. For those of you that probably gave it away, Simon Riley, thank you for the tier 1, dude. You're a legend. I think the Blame Truth's videos are incredibly whiny, and he clearly rage baits because it's the only way he can get views. But he uploaded a video yesterday called "It's Confirmed. Black Ops 6 is AI generated slop." And I wanted to watch it and I give you my take on it. You guys have been asking me to watch Blame Truth for a while. And then at the end of the video, or maybe when we get to specific parts in the video, I'm going to describe to you why he's full of shit. And don't get me wrong, not all of Blame Truth takes are wrong. Just a lot of them are. He created a community of people that are sick of Call of Duty's bullshit, and then he amplifies on it. He's the clown of complaining, is essentially what the Blame Truth is. And don't get me wrong, he's very, very good at complaining. But that's his content. You know what you're getting, and it's over the top, and he does it for money. Just like he complains about people liking Call of Duty for money, he hates Call of Duty for money. So you have to remember that it goes both ways. So here we go. I told you I wasn't going to do this. Here we go.
Truth here, and we are 5 days out from Black Ops 6 dropping on us like that shit meteor in Joe Dirt or whatever. It's coming out whether we want it to come out or not, and I don't want it to come out.
That's a lie. He wants it to come out because when he complains about it when the game comes out and talks about skill-based matchmaking, he's going to make money.
I would like them to stick with Modern Warfare 3 for another year and keep adding content to that game, because at the
Okay, says the person who just complained about Modern Warfare 3 for a whole year.
very least, Sledgehammer Games means well, and they seem to know what they are doing. Activision's, engagement, optimized matchmaking, all the data. That be damned, Sledgehammer.
Oh, he's a great rage baiter. He knows what he's doing.
Overcome that in a way, and actually try to make something kind of fun. I was pretty harsh on MW3 when it came out, as were a lot of people, and for good reason. It was literally a DLC. It shouldn't have been released at all either. But
so it shouldn't have been released at all. But at the same time, you want to play it for another year. Could go on.
Hammer made chicken salad out of chicken shit, so I got to commend them. However, Black Ops 6 is coming out, and to fill that void for the next 5 days or so, Call of Duty, Activision, and co. are releasing stuff that we're going to see in the full game. The problem is that with releasing this stuff, they are showing how bad this fucking game
All right, you listening to this?
is going to be. So they released the prestige icons, and this is something
exactly
people
where
are
he's going with
freaking
this.
out about, man. They are losing their goddamn minds over
From what he's saying freaking out because they're cool. They are cool.
prestige coming back when it should have never been taken away in the
Sure, yeah, I
first
agree
place.
with that, fine.
But that is their strategy: recycle, rehash, and now they've added
See, if it was up to Blame Truth, everyone would still be playing Call of Duty 4. So nothing would have ever gotten any better than Call of Duty 4. And that's the problem when you look at a lot of these people, is all they talk about is how things used to be great. They should never try anything new. No, you should try something new, and when it's shit, you should admit it.
I guess, trifecta of just bad, shady business practices with AI. Now, this is not a rumor. This is confirmed. Well, I'm going to show you. I mean, you be the judge here. You be the judge. I'm just going to show you what I am showing myself, my own two eyes. And
yeah, so there is AI in the game. There is going to be AI in every game. And I think Blame Truth predominantly plays X Defiant. If he thinks that there's not AI in X Defiant, he's an idiot.
And you guys be the judge, all right? I mean, a lot of Call of Duty players are so dumb, they will still deny this. You could show them proof. You could say, like, hey, man, water's wet. And they'll be like, actually, the data shows that water is technically H2O, and H2O... Like, shut the fuck up, you brain-dead nerd. I've never seen a community have brain-dead nerds.
I mean, throwing stones in a glass house here.
Before, but it's got to be the Call of Duty community. Just dumb as rocks, but somehow still the biggest nerds ever. Cuddling up to their anime body pillows night after night, and then they speak Vegeta quotes in their mistress's ear. It's not even like the good ones, it's the ocean dub. Anyway.
First of all, he's talking about some sort of anime thing. I understand that. I understood that. He makes fun of people watching anime. I just said that really weird. The emphasis on those words was way off. Anyway, he makes fun of people and then real quickly defines the exact type that he's talking. Clearly, he's watching it.
I digress. Here are the Black Ops 6 prestige icons 1 through 8. They seem a little off in general. Yeah, it harkens back to the
I just want to be clear. I'll put my opinion out there. I think these are freaking awesome. Some of them better than others. Like, I think the Transit one and the Black Ops 1 ones are kind of the weakest ones, but I think these are awesome. And obviously, the cool part about them is their references to earlier Call of Duty games like World at War, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3. I put a tweet out about this. I talked about it in a video yesterday. Anyway.
Old games and stuff like that.
Yeah, so this guy complains about COD and still plays it. Official, you are on point. Yes.
But they just don't really look like prestige icons for first and foremost. They look like stickers or something, which is a little odd. But I mean, you guys are already going to be a little biased here because I've already.
So they don't look like prestige icons. They look like stickers. So emblems, like 3D emblems. Is that what? Okay, we'll come back to this.
Them using AI, and the title of this video is talking about AI, and you probably dislike Call of Duty as well. That's why you're here watching this video. But
hey, at least he's self-aware. He knows that he's created an audience of people who don't like Call of Duty. At least he knows.
Take a closer look, you will see exactly what I am talking about.
You're wondering what this is? You're wondering why this is a Raven? If you played Black Ops 3 in the campaign, there is something called the Frozen Forest. And the Ravens are a part of it. This is not the studio icon. This is from the Black Forest, the Ravens, from, somebody help me, what's the name of the thing in Black Ops 3? The virus. I can't think of the name of it. Somebody help me. This is going to destroy me. Corvus, thank you.
First and foremost, the like Black Ops 2 prestige icon there, that looks a little weird in and of itself, as does the next one there. I believe that's prestige 6. They just look, I don't know, they literally look AI generated. The rest, however, can pass off as kind of genuine until you take a closer look. And let's do that right now. There was a whole thread about this. Burial spotted this one below, says Lily here on Twitter. 1 sleeve on the left, 2 sleeves on the right. AI generated prestige.
Okay, if you know anything about wearing shirts, you would know that this is stupid. If you have one hand like this and your other hand's tilted back, your sleeve would fall back. Also, you're looking up the sleeve so you wouldn't see it as much. Is it possible that they messed it up? Yes, but also makes sense at the same time.
Prestige icons. Yeah. Now maybe this is AI generated. Maybe this is just really bad AAA artists that forget certain things. But it gets worse. It gets worse. Let's take a closer look at the actual gun here, the Thompson. They say, Burial again, the Thompson is missing its front sight. Not to mention, if you actually look at the Thompson magazine, it doesn't make sense. In fact,
the magazine will give you the front sight. You might not be able to see.
The entire gun here, the Thompson gun, looks like an airsoft gun.
Also, I'm not going to lie, that doesn't even look like the Thompson. It kind of looks like the Tonto, but anyway.
It has that orange tip, which I'm not really sure what that's about. Maybe it's because they're stationed in California or something like that. I mean, they can't even call this a Thompson, so maybe they literally put in like the model of an airsoft gun. I don't really know, but the whole thing looks very, very weird.
Yeah, this is hilarious. Let's zoom in on the sleeve of a prestige icon that doesn't affect the gameplay whatsoever. It's a good point,
The actual gun itself looks very, very strange.
Orange is the Black Ops color.
Let's keep looking at some stuff here. The beaver tail is jammed into his hand. One of the prestige icons is the classic Black Ops 1 guy. and the shadows holding 2 pistols image. And yeah, he's not holding the gun correctly. It's just strange.
Or, they made small art and didn't need it to be.
I mean, look, it's one of two things, guys. It's one of two.
You know what? I was going to wait till the end of this to show you this. So he's saying that these are AI generated. Well, I actually found an artist on Twitter who said, with the debates about Black Ops 6 prestige icons being AI or not, I decided to test it. I put images into Midjourney, which is an AI creation software, which is the best AI gen. Had to get a subscription to do so. I told it to describe it and create them 1-to-1, and this is what it gave me. So please shut up. So this is Prestige 1. This is what it created. So like, honestly, not horrible, but it doesn't look like Call of Duty, right? Like you can actually like see like the warps in the helmet, things like that. And in fact, if you look at these weapons, the weapons are actually designed properly, whereas in the other one, they are not. So it's actually someone made the art. This is the Black Ops 2 symbol. This is what it created in AI. The thing you have to remember is the assets like the zombies and the skull are actually in they're derived by Treyarch. They're derived by Call of Duty. So in other words, they already have these assets.
Things. Anyway. I don't think we can deny this. It's one of these things. Either these are brain dead fucking moron artists doing this artwork and it's passing off, it's passing QC, whatever, or it's AI generated and then touched up for full release. Either way, it's not a good look. Like,
hey, there's a lot of things that I think I could get on board with you being like, hey, this is AI generated. Like calling cards, for example. You know what? I bet you a bunch of them are. Maybe not. I don't know. 10 prestige icons? I don't think so, brother.
Like either one of those things is really
I'm putting you through so
really
much.
Bad.
You guys asked for this.
Let's continue though. There's more with the Black Ops 1 guy. Gunda says this, explain the random hole. No human would purposely put a random hole in the trigger loop thing. Also, the perspective looks odd. Yeah, there's just some random, it looks unfinished. It looks like the gun model they are using here.
That's the first one unfinished. I kind of see what they're saying.
Not only does this look AI generated, it doesn't look like it was touched up or...
This is the first one I've seen that's strange. Let me do something
fixed here. At all. This guy says the barrel features no hole in the suppressor.
Yeah, the
suppressor is not properly attached. The barrel is disproportionate. The sling clip, which is connected to the front sight post on the OG, has been misinterpreted as a sort of second gas tube. Plus, the sling itself isn't even clipped. And we'll take a closer look at this right here. Now if you look closely, it kind of looks like there's a hole on that suppressor, but there's no actual shading or shadow there to really differentiate it. So to me, it looks like there's just no hole for the bullet.
But don't worry, you see how I showed you the examples of like the AI? Don't worry, I've got more examples proving them wrong, but...
Now you can see all this stuff and just say, BT and people on Twitter... You're just nitpicking. You're nitpicking over tiny prestige icons. It doesn't matter. And to that, I say, I'm not nitpicking. I am shit picking.
This is rage baiting.
Give these motherfuckers an inch, they will take a mile. If we are okay with like certain images and calling cards and bundles being AI generated, who's to say that Activision's not going to make the entire game fucking AI generated, and then those 3,000, 4,000 devs that we make fun?
Well, this just happened. There's Prestige 9. I don't know what this is a reference to. Like, this literally just happened. I literally went to go look up the Black Ops 1 thing to see if... What is this from, though? Yimantau? So this is Prestige 9 by Land, Air, or Sea. Blackout. It's Blackout. So Black Ops 4, in other words. The anchor from Black Ops 4? What do you mean the anchor from Black Ops 4? This does look like an OG Prestige icon. It looks dope, honestly. Read the tweet. Like, I see the tweet. This one's from Blackout OGs by Land, Air, or Sea. But what's the anchor from? But you guys are saying like it's specifically from a thing from Black Ops 4. Ask Blame Truth. Oh, you actually linked it to me. Okay, you're awesome. Oh, okay. So these are the Blackout Prestige icons. So you have the Prestige Master. This is the anchor one, which is what that is because you can see the anchor go up through the nose. The mountains, I'm not sure where they're coming from, but obviously something to do with Blackout having mountains. And then it's kind of like the Master with the skull, right? Like they all have the skull in it. But yeah, it looks like the Prestige 5 from that. That's the closest one to it. But then you got the wings, which this one has wings. Yeah, so it's kind of like a combination of a couple different Blackout Prestiges, which is kind of cool. So I wonder if Prestige 10 is going to be Black Ops 4 or they're going to make that one Cold War. I wonder if we'll find that. We're going to find that out today. Okay, we're going to find that out today. Anyway, we were talking about AI generation. This is the one that he was talking about.
Here's a video find in.
Video find in? What? So yeah, that is a little weird. That down at the bottom there, I will give him that one. That one is weird. What are you linking?
Pantheon is the new mysterious villain of Black Ops.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, we'll watch that after. Okay, moving on. Let's go back to Blame Truth.
Of and make memes about and stuff like that will turn into 300 devs who are just meant to touch up some stuff because everything is AI generated. Thousands of people out of jobs because of this. I, for one, do not
Yeah, and that's the way that it's going to go. That's never going to change.
want to see AI art in my video games. With certain generative things, you can maybe make that okay, morally speaking. I do not want the soul of the game, which is
Okay, so does this is the problem with this argument. Like, take Blame Truth out of this. We know he frustrates the hell out of me, but this is the problem with this argument. Okay, so they're saying, oh, we shouldn't use AI because it costs people their jobs. Well, should everything in a video game also be hand-drawn then? Because they're using some sort of tool that improves how quickly they can do their job? That means they can hire less people? No. I get what he's saying. I get what people say about that, but it's just not going to happen. Every game uses generative AI. Every game at this point, like literally every game.
Effectively in its art style to be compromised for the sake of the almighty dollar. And if you are for that, or you are passing this off and not being upset about it, then you are a fucking idiot. And you get what you deserve. You're going to be playing AI slop in 10 years, and you might not like it, but the algorithm, the engagement optimized matchmaking is going to have you addicted, so you don't really have a choice anyway. Oh, the data is going to be so advanced in like 10 years, man.
Is that
You're
like,
going to hate
is that like an inside joke on his channel I'm supposed to get?
every single moment of playing Call of Duty, but you're not going to be able to quit. Won't someone please just think of the poor data while some guy literally wants to die while he plays this game, but for whatever reason, he can't figure out why he can't quit. But the casino-based matchmaking in Call of Duty, combined with the AI, is going to feel so artificial if we keep letting them get away with it. We need to call it out. Again, you
Bro's
give them
a
an inch,
certified
they'll
yapper.
take a mile. And before you say that all this is just maybe just bad art or whatever, I showed you guys where Treyarch is literally hiring people to clean up generative AI content, generative AI artwork, and stuff like that. I showed that tweet earlier. I showed it before in other videos.
Yeah, of course. Because if you can use generative AI to kind of make a sample and then improve off of that, of course you're going to.
It is a factual thing. This is not a conspiracy theory. I'm not making this up. This is not clickbait. I'm not just
I agree
making
with
a
them on this,
mountain
by
out
the
of
way.
a molehill. That's an expression we use in the South there. It's quite good and it rings true here. I'm not making a mountain out of a
Honestly, using AI, think about it this way. Design studios will hire people who, by the way, generative AI can't really do 3D assets very well. But anyway, another conversation for another day. Call of Duty or game studios or marketing agencies or people hire people who have experience working with certain programs, right? So say, for example, I have a lot of experience using Photoshop or some other video editing software. Companies will hire people that have experience in those. Companies are hiring people that have experience using AI because that's going to help them do that. Abrowse. Thank you for the Prime sub, my dude. I appreciate you. It's just another tool people are using. And are people going to lose jobs from it? Yes. Does that suck? Yes. But at the same time, other people will come in using those tools and get hired because of it. So does it suck? Yes, but it's inevitable.
This is a thing we need to nip in the bud before we let them get away with it.
Also,
again,
if you're nipping it in the bud, it's every industry out there. Movies, TV, video games, like literally every single industry. So just saying Call of Duty does it is honestly, you're probably picking a studio that uses it a lot less than everything else.
We let them just ease stuff in on us, and if we're fine with it, they'll keep doing it and they'll ruin the game. We've seen it countless times before, from loot boxes to skill-based matchmaking. I mean, it took us 5 years of yelling about it for them to even acknowledge it, and then when they did acknowledge it, they lied. So there's that. But I'm not done here. Maybe you think like, well, if it's just AI art, I don't really have a problem with it. I covered in a previous video after the beta that
listen to this.
There was something so off about the Black Ops 6 maps in that they played so bad, I refuse to believe this is the Treyarch of old. I have never seen Treyarch make maps this bad. I mean,
so
the maps I played...
I'm going to keep this in layman terms for you. He is saying that this game has used AI to make maps.
The
okay,
Black
keep that
Ops
in
6
mind.
beta are in the running for the worst maps of all time.
Keep that in mind.
Along with Modern Warfare 2019. Now, Modern Warfare 2019 has an excuse. Infinity Ward made the game. These people may as well be real life bots because they're so untalented. They're just hacks. They're complete idiots, and I don't like them. I think they just make bad games, and I think that most people will agree with me after Modern Warfare 2. That's their excuse, though. They're just Infinity Ward. They're just stupid as hell, man. They're just dumb as fuck. Treyarch, though, has consistently at least brought us passable maps. Like, you know what I mean?
I think Blame Truth is using AI to think.
Cold War wasn't that great for the maps. That was definitely the weakest entry. But other than that, they've at least brought us solid maps. They may not have been very memorable after Black Ops 2. However, they were at least solid, still solid. But these maps in Black Ops 6, man, they are terrible. I speculated that a lot of the geometry was probably AI generated with those maps. And I was called a conspiracy theorist. I was told that AI is not that advanced yet. You cannot do that. But then take a look at this. Take a look at this. This is my last point here I'm going to make. This is a thumbnail from an exclusive Ace video talking about how they changed the maps from the beta. Now, on the surface, this might look like a good thing, but when I watched this video, and you should watch this video from Ace, it's very informative about some of the changes. When I watched this video, I realized that I don't think they've ever done this from beta to the full release.
They have.
Of the game. They never touch the maps. They internally test the maps and they make them how they want to make them, and then they just release the game.
So he is saying because they are updating maps, they are using AI. Okay, let's just keep
Never
that.
Before have I seen them actually change.
Hold up, did they release Prestige 10 too?
The maps, and there's 30 plus changes here. Now, a lot of these changes aren't big changes. They've added in like a small little staircase.
There it is. It is Cold War. It is Cold War. We have a job to do, fellas. We have a job to do. There it is. There's Prestige number 10. Oh, whoa. Elgato. There it is. That would be Adler right there. That is, I believe that's Adler. But you got the Russian hat on there, but you got the sunglasses. So yeah, it's zombie Adler kind of. And you got the so yes, and then you have the Soviet missiles on the left and the American stars on the right. This might actually be Bell. It's like a Belly Adler. Double Agent Adler. I like it. I like it. I like it. Yeah, because he got brainwashed, right? Yeah. That's dope. So there's our Cold War. So now I gotta tweet this. So I gotta save this image. And I gotta go this one. So there's Black Ops 4 and Cold War right there. It almost looks like a game cover, kind of. So technically it's not Black Ops 4, it's more so Blackout, but I mean, they were the same thing. All right, let's put those out there in the world. I should have done that the other way, but oh, what did I do? I don't know what I did. I want them beside each other. Did I? What happens? Okay, there we go. Well, they're not quite how I wanted to, but you get the point. So we got 10 prestiges. There's our 10 prestiges. Anyway, back to the idiot.
Case leading down for better cover, or they've added in a box for cover, or they've moved some of the geometry around for cover or whatever. Again, I may be wrong here. I cannot recall a single beta to full release where they changed the maps.
They did,
at least
not
this
maybe
much. They might have changed like one tiny thing, but literally everything has been changed around.
So let me get this straight. So they did something good. They did something good, so now we're blaming AI for them doing something good when you just said AI was bad?
This leads me to believe that the maps at their core are legit AI generated from a geometrical standpoint, because they don't do this. They just do not do this. The beta was an actual beta test of these AI generated.
Okay, I'm glad you say that, Blame Truth, because somebody in your comments said this. Hey man, as an actual 3D artist and someone who despises the direction COD has gone in the past 10 years, it generally is not possible to generate a map like that. You can generate separate assets, so for example, like a crate or a barrel, sure. But the geometry it gives you is completely unusable, especially in a game engine. So in other words, you can't AI generate things in a game engine, like a map, for example. And if they did somehow manage to make a full AI generated map, you wouldn't be able to make these changes because, again, the geometry itself is impossible to work with. It would take far more work to polish the models an AI generates than it would to make the map from the ground up. It's easier to believe they just have dogshit map designers than it is to believe that AI played a role in the map outside concept art. See, this is someone with a reasonable take. I don't like Call of Duty, but Blame Truth. Use your brain.
Maps, and then once we played on them and complained about how bad some of the stuff is, they changed it or they added stuff to it or whatever. That's what I truly think. I think that the base of these maps are not human made. I think they have very little human input. Anyway, guys.
Blame Truth, I think you have very little human input. Enough said.